Right, so, The Alchemist. You see it everywhere. The book everyone's mum, nan, and their dog has read.
Yeah.
It's a permanent resident in the airport W.H. Smith.
Mate, it's the official book of I'm gonna find myself on a 2-week holiday to Zantai.
Right,
It's literary tourism.
bang on. So for anyone who's been, living under a rock, the plot is basically this. Spanish shepherd boy Santiago has a recurring dream about treasure buried at the pyramids in Egypt. He decides this is his personal legend.
Personal legend. It sounds like a fragrance by David Beckham done it. Anyway, he decides this is his destiny. And the core of the book, the line that's launched 1 million Instagram captions is, when you want something,
Yeah,
all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it.
and that's where you have to stop and ask, really? I want the housing market to not be a complete joke.
Right.
Is the universe conspiring on that? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like it's conspiring to make me live with my parents forever.
Nah, the universe is telling you to get used to mold, bruv. That's the fundamental flaw with the whole book.
Yeah.
It's toxic positivity masquerading as deep philosophy. It implies that if you're struggling, if you're poor, if you're sick, it's your fault. You just didn't want it enough. It's victim blaming with a fancy spiritual filter on it.
It's pure survivorship bias, innit? They write the story about the one bloke who bets his life savings on a mad dream and wins.
Right.
They don't write about the 99 other blokes who try the same thing and end up absolutely skint.
Of course not. And who loves this book more than anyone? Rich celebrities. Will Smith calls it one of his favorites. No shock there. It's a bit easier to believe the universe has your back when you're already a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
It's a philosophy for the privileged. It confirms their success was destiny, not just insane luck and opportunity. Let's look at the actual journey. He gets to Tangier, and within like 5 minutes, some geezer robs him of every penny. Wow, the universe is off to a flying start, really conspiring there. Peak conspiracy that. But see, in the world of The Alchemist, that's not bad luck. That's not Santiago being a clueless tourist. That's an omen. It's a test from the universe.
Right.
He then gets sidetracked for a whole year working in a crystal shop.
He's meant to be on this epic quest for his personal legend, but he basically just gives up and gets a 9 to 5.
Unbelievable. And the book frames this as some profound spiritual gap year. He learns the language of the world by upselling glassware.
Yeah.
It's like saying you learned the secrets of the cosmos by working a shift at IKEA.
Then he meets the Englishman, who's a walking parody of an academic, read all the books on alchemy, knows all the theory, but is completely useless in practice, whereas Santiago, who can barely read, is the chosen one because he listens to his heart.
Oh, right.
It's all a bit...
It's anti-intellectual. The message is, don't bother with knowledge or hard work.
Just
feel your feelings in it. It's like saying ignore education, ignore research, just vibe your way to success.
Exactly. And then there's Fatida, the love interest. Oh, blimey, don't get me started on her. She's literally just there to be a prize for Santiago. The woman of the desert who's apparently so strong that she'll wait around indefinitely for her man to bugger off on his spiritual journey.
Right, because nothing says feminist empowerment like, I'll just sit here by this oasis waiting for you to come back whenever you fancy it. The book literally says, women of the desert know they must await their men. What century are we in?
It's proper Stone Age thinking, bruv. She has no agency, no dreams of her own. She exists purely to validate Santiago's journey and be his reward when he gets back.
Skeptically. And the mystical elements? Oh, Christ, where do we even start? The universal language, the soul of the world, omens everywhere. It's like Paulo Coelho took every New Age concept, threw him in a blender, and called it deep.
The boy talks to his heart talks back. He has conversations with the wind and the sun. It's like a spiritual episode of Teletubbies.
Mockingly, the alchemist himself shows up and basically just tells Santiago everything he already knows. Listen to your heart, follow your dreams. Cheers, mate. Revolutionary stuff. Could have saved everyone a lot of time with a post-it note.
And the ending. He goes all the way to Egypt, nearly dies in the desert, only to be told the treasure was back home under the tree where he used to sleep with his sheep. It's like the worst joke setup ever.
disdainfully, is meant to be this profound revelation about the journey being more important than the destination, but honestly, it just feels like a massive piss take. You spent 2 years of your life, nearly got killed multiple times, all to learn you should have just stayed home?
The real crime is how this book gets taught in schools and recommended as life-changing literature. It's not literature, it's a self-help book dressed up with fancy mystical language.
And the writing style, bloody hell, it reads like it was translated by someone who learned English from a phrase book. Everything is so basic and repetitive. The boy did this, the boy did that. We get it, he's a boy.
Paulo Coelho has the prose style of a children's book, but tries to pass it off as profound spiritual writing. It's like watching someone try to perform Shakespeare in baby talk.
Jokingly, the books basically become the literary equivalent of a pyramid scheme. People read it, feel like they've had some deep revelation, then aggressively recommend it to everyone else. You have to read The Alchemist. It changed my life.
Frustrated. And if you don't get it, if you don't find it life-changing, then clearly you're just not spiritually evolved enough. It's your fault for not understanding the deep wisdom of following your dreams.
Sarcastically, it's intellectual gatekeeping disguised as spiritual enlightenment, the emperor's new clothes of the book world.
Annoyed, what really winds me up is how it overshadows actually good books about journey and self-discovery. There are brilliant novels out there exploring these themes with nuance and depth, but everyone's obsessing over this spiritual greeting card.
Right. You want a proper journey story? Read something with actual character development, real stakes, genuine growth, not this paint-by-the-numbers hero's journey with mystical buzzwords thrown in.
Critically, the cultural appropriation aspects, taking bits and pieces from various spiritual traditions, mashing them together into this generic one-size-fits-all philosophy. It's spiritual colonialism, isn't it?
The whole maktub thing, it is written, basically just fatalism dressed up as wisdom. Whatever happens was meant to happen. It's the perfect philosophy for people who don't want to take responsibility for anything.
Skeptically, failed at something? It wasn't meant to be. Succeeded, the universe conspired to help you. It's a worldview that absolves you of both failure and credit for success.
Exasperated. And don't even get me started on the obsession with omens. Every little thing is a sign from the universe. Saw a bird? Omen. Dropped your sandwich? Omen. Stubbed your toe? Clearly the universe telling you to change direction.
Disdainfully, it's magical thinking for adults who should know better. Instead of making rational decisions based on evidence and planning, just look for signs in your tea leaves.
Concerned, the book's like a gateway drug to proper pseudoscience. Read The Alchemist, next thing you know, you're buying crystals and believing in astrology.
Mockingly, speaking of which, the actual alchemy in the book is completely mental. Turning lead into gold, the philosopher's stone, the elixir of life, it treats medieval pseudoscience like it's real wisdom.
And somehow Santiago becomes able to communicate with the elements and perform actual magic at the end. It's not symbolic, it's presented as literally happening. The boy turns into the wind.
Which brings us back to the central delusion, that wanting something badly enough makes it happen. Tell that to every kid who desperately wanted their parents to fight, every person who wanted their cancer to go away, every family who wanted their loved one to come home from war.
Realistically, the universe isn't conspiring for or against anyone. It's indifferent. Success and failure are complex results of countless factors: luck, privilege, timing, hard work, systemic issues. Reducing it all to follow your dreams and believe is naive at best, harmful at worst.
Realistically, but that's why it's so popular, isn't it? It's comforting to believe there's some grand plan, that suffering has meaning, that you're special and destined for greatness. It's easier than accepting the random, often unfair existence.
Summarizing, so there you have it, The Alchemist. Is it destiny or delusion? Well, if destiny means a shallow, repetitive, self-help book dressed up as profound literature that promotes toxic positivity and magical thinking, then yeah, definitely destiny.
Jokingly, for a book about following your dreams, it sure does a good job of putting people to sleep with its pedestrian prose and recycled platitudes. If you want to invest in crypto, you can sign up the exchange link below. Copyright by thebigshort.net.
Sarcastically, cheers for listening to another roasting session. Until next time, maybe pick up a book that doesn't treat wisdom like fortune cookie philosophy.
lightheartedly. Peace out, and remember, sometimes the real treasure is the critical thinking skills you develop along the way.